The A320 family has three independent hydraulic systems: green, yellow, blue. The green and yellow hydraulic systems are each pressurized by an engine-driven pump. The yellow hydraulic system can also be pressurized by an electric pump. A power transfer unit enables the green system to be pressurized by the yellow system, and vice versa. The PTU is designed to power a hydraulic system in case of pump failure. It is not designed to be used when the hydraulic system has a fault, such as an overheat, low reservoir, or low air pressure. In addition, the PTU is inhibited from operating 1. When the parking brake is on and only one engine master switch is on. 2. When the parking brake is off, nose wheel is deactivated and only one engine master switch is on. 3. When the cargo doors are being operated. 4. When the PTU switch is off. Fire shutoff valves are located between the reservoirs and the engine-driven pumps. The blue hydraulic system is pressurized by an electric pump. In an emergency, the blue system can be pressurized by the ram air turbine, the RAT. Each hydraulic system delivers a constant pressure to the users. All the components we have talked about are displayed on the ECAM hydraulic page. Let's briefly review the basic system using the ECAM hydraulic page. The reservoirs, the fire shutoff valves, the pumps, the RAT, the PTU, the pressure indications. The controls for the components that we have introduced are located on the overhead hydraulic control panel. Let's now go to the ECAM hydraulic page together with the hydraulic control panel. The hydraulic system is fully automatic. However, each pump and the PTU have an associated push-button switch for abnormal operation. Each hydraulic engine pump is controlled by a push-button switch located on the overhead panel. Each hydraulic electrical pump is controlled by a push-button switch. The PTU is controlled by a push-button switch. The RAT may be extended manually by using this guarded push-button switch. One of the things we do during the cockpit preparation is to look at the ECAM hydraulic page to verify the fluid level. Select the ECAM hydraulic page on the ECP. The hydraulic fluid quantity information is displayed as shown by the arrows at the bottom of the hydraulic page. The green rectangles represent the normal filling range. The fill level indicators show the actual fluid level. You can see that the actual fluid level is in the normal fill range. The amber rectangles indicate the warning level. An indicator changes from green to amber when the fluid level reaches the warning level, as shown for the blue system. The door page is automatically displayed at the gate. To see what happens on the ECAM hydraulic page when a cargo door is opened, select the hydraulic key on the ECP. Observe on the hydraulic page, the hollow white triangle indicates that the pump is off. As soon as the cargo handle is operated, the yellow electric pump runs automatically. On the system page, the yellow hydraulic electric pump triangle has changed from hollow white to solid green, indicating that the pump is running. The yellow system pressure has increased from 0 amber to 3000 green, providing pressure to operate the doors. However, the yellow system is not fully pressurized, as indicated by the system identification remaining amber. When the yellow system is pressurized via the cargo door system, the cargo doors, the yellow brake system, including the parking brake accumulator, and the right reverser are pressurized, but only during actual pump operation. If the yellow system is pressurized via the cockpit switch, then the entire yellow system, including the PTU, will be pressurized. The PTU will not pressurize the green system if it has been switched off. As soon as the door is fully opened, the yellow electric pump stops. Notice that the yellow electric pump is now hollow white. The pressure has dropped to 0, indicating that the system is totally depressurized. The process will be the same during the cargo door closure. Normally, the engine system page is displayed during engine start. However, we'll leave the hydraulic page displayed for a better understanding of the indications on this page. Note, in the following sequence, Airbus starts the number 2 engine first. Because there is useful information in this sequence, it is being used, but with the understanding that it is UAL policy to start the number 1 engine first. Before we start the engine, notice the memo item stating nose wheel steering disconnect. Before pushback, maintenance pulls a lever, disconnecting the nose wheel steering, and inserts a pin into the assembly. When disconnected, a message appears in green in the memo area. We will start engine number 2 for you. During this sequence, observe the yellow system. The yellow engine-driven pump changes from low amber to inline green to indicate that it is starting to pressurize. Yellow pressure increases from 0 amber to the normal operating pressure, which is 3000 psi green. The yellow system identification has changed from amber to white to indicate that the users connected to the yellow system are provided with hydraulic pressure. The engine number indication has changed from amber to white to indicate that the engine N2 has reached idle. As soon as one engine is running, the blue electric pump starts automatically to pressurize the blue system. Observe that the blue electric pump indication is now green in line to indicate that the pump is running and pressurized. The pressure in the blue system is 3000 psi. The blue system identification has changed from amber to white to indicate that the users connected to the blue system are provided with blue hydraulic pressure. At this point, note that the nose wheel steering disconnect message has turned amber. Whenever an engine is running and the nose wheel steering is disconnected, the memo message turns amber as a cautionary statement. We will now start Engine 1. Observe the green system indications. As soon as the second engine sequence is initiated, the Power Transfer Unit, PTU, is tested. Notice that the green PTU line connects the yellow and green systems, pressurizing the green system to 3000 psi. On the engine warning display, the hydraulic PTU memo is displayed. Once the start sequence is complete, the PTU is disconnected and the 3 hydraulic systems are supplied normally. Notice that the hydraulic PTU memo has disappeared. We are about to take off. Select the ECAM hydraulic page on the ECP. Notice that the indications on the hydraulic page are normal. The plane has now taken off. Let's retract the landing gear. Note a slight decrease of the green hydraulic fluid level due to the retraction of the landing gear. You hear the chime and see the master caution. Extinguish the master caution. The amber caution and associated procedure are displayed on the engine warning display. The hydraulic ECAM page is automatically presented on the system display. On the EWD, read the title of the failure. Observe the amber overheat indication next to the green reservoir on the hydraulic ECAM page. On the hydraulic panel, the green engine 1 pump fault and PTU fault lights are illuminated on the push-button switch. These indications provide a cross-check of the ECAM and locate the switches to be actuated in the abnormal procedure. The pilot flying will ask you to perform the ECAM action. Perform the first ECAM action. The following indications show that the PTU is switched off. Push-button switch white off light. ECAM hydraulic page PTU indication in amber. Continue ECAM actions. Also note that the blue action item disappears when the action is performed. The following indications show that the green engine 1 pump has been switched off. Push-button switch off light. ECAM hydraulic page green engine 1 pump has changed from green inline to amber crossline. Notice the pressure indication is dropping. Again, notice that the blue action item has disappeared. The ECAM caution, green engine 1 pump low pressure, appears amber on the EWD to indicate that the green engine 1 pump is not producing pressure because you switched it off. The green system pressure continues to drop. The corresponding ECAM caution, green system low pressure, is displayed on the engine warning display to indicate that the green system is no longer pressurized. The abnormal is boxed to indicate that this is a primary failure with associated secondary failures. At the same time, on the system display, the green system pressure and line change from green to amber to indicate that the green system is no longer pressurized. In addition, the green system indication changes from white to amber, indicating the loss of green system pressure to the users. The abnormal procedure is complete. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear hydraulics. The ECAM flight control page is automatically displayed for review. On the ECAM flight control page, you can see secondary effects of the hydraulic failure. For example, some spoilers are affected by the green system failure. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear flight control. Observe that the amber flight control secondary failure has disappeared. The ECAM wheel page is displayed automatically. Nose wheel steering is inoperative due to the failure of the green hydraulic system. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear wheel. The status page is displayed, showing approach procedures, inoperative systems, and aircraft information. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status. ECAM complete, screens normal. Notice that the STS reminder is now displayed at the bottom of the EWD. During the approach briefing, you will recall the status page to review the approach procedure. If you fail to do so, the status page will be automatically called up as soon as the flap handle is moved to flaps 1. Call the status page. Notice that the approach procedure gives two conditions. Confirm on the overhead panel which condition applies. Observe that the fault light is extinguished, indicating that the green reservoir overheat no longer exists. Perform the appropriate procedure. Turn on the green pump. Continue applying the procedure by switching the PTU back on. The green hydraulic system is restored. The status page shows normal for a few seconds. Then the ECAM system display automatically reverts to the cruise page. Let's look briefly at another reservoir problem that can result in a similar situation. This failure is indicated by hydraulic green reservoir low air pressure on the EWD and the display of the amber low air pressure message next to the affected reservoir. Notice this procedure and the indications are similar to those in the previous example, green reservoir overheat. With this malfunction, it is also possible to recover the system using the approach procedure. We will assume the ECAM actions are complete. On the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. Observe the level indication of the yellow reservoir. The reservoir level indicator has changed to amber because the fluid is below the warning level. Perform the first ECAM action. Switch off the PTU. The following indications show that the PTU is switched off. Push button switch white off light. ECAM hydraulic page PTU indication in amber. Notice that the blue action line has disappeared from ECAM. Continue ECAM action. Switch off the yellow engine-driven pump. The following indications show that the yellow engine 2 pump has been switched off. Push button switch off light. ECAM hydraulic page yellow engine 2 pump has changed from green inline to amber crossline. Again note, the blue action line has disappeared from ECAM. The ECAM caution, yellow engine 2 pump low pressure, appears amber on the engine warning display to indicate that the yellow engine 2 pump is not producing pressure because you switched it off. The yellow system pressure continues to drop. The corresponding ECAM caution yellow system low pressure is displayed on the engine warning display to indicate that the yellow system is no longer pressurized. At the same time, on the ECAM hydraulic page, the yellow system pressure changes from green to amber. In addition, the yellow system indication changes from white to amber, indicating the loss of yellow system pressure to the users. The flight control secondary failure is displayed. The abnormal procedure is complete. The hydraulic system is analyzed. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, you can clear hydraulic. The ECAM flight control page is automatically displayed for analysis. Now the status page is displayed for review. ECAM complete. Screens normal. We are still in cruise. Let's look at a second system failure, blue system, which will lead to a red warning. We will restore the blue system using the ram air turbine, the RAT. On the EWD, read the title of the failure. Notice that this is a red warning. In addition, land ASAP appears in red to indicate the serious nature of the failure. Observe on the ECAM hydraulic page, the blue electric pump indication changes from green inline to amber low, indicating that the blue electric pump has failed. Notice the system pressure is below normal limits. On the hydraulic control panel, the amber fault light is illuminated on the blue electric pump switch. This provides a cross-check of the ECAM, the location of the push-button switch. First, lift the red guard. Perform ECAM action. Extend the RAT. On the ECAM hydraulic page, observe the RAT symbol has changed from hollow white to solid green, indicating that the RAT is extended. Notice that the pressure has increased. The minimum RAT speed is 140 knots. Note, once deployed, the RAT can only be restowed by maintenance on the ground. As soon as the rat has pressurized the blue system, the dual hydraulic system low pressure no longer exists, and we are back to a single hydraulic failure situation. Yellow system low pressure. Observe that the blue system indication on the ECAM hydraulic page changes from amber to white. The system is pressurized by the rat and available for the users. To perform the next ECAM action, you must first lift the guard on the blue electric pump. Lift the guard. Perform ECAM action. On the system display, the amber low indication is replaced by an amber cross line indication to indicate that the pump is off. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear hydraulics. The flight control page is automatically displayed to analyze the effects of the primary hydraulic failure. For example, the right elevator is affected by the yellow system low pressure. Once reviewed and after confirmation from the pilot flying, clear flight control. Now the status page is displayed for review. Notice rat out has reappeared because the flight control secondary failure indication, which had priority, has been cleared. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status. ECAM complete. Screens normal. Now let's see other abnormal indications which can be displayed on the ECAM hydraulic page. If the rat symbol changes to amber, a fault has been detected in the rat. If an electric pump overheat is detected, the symbol changes from hollow white to a solid amber. Electric overheat in amber is displayed adjacent to it.